question about it. And the fact is that both you and I have been at Bohemian Grove. We both know that there are satanic rites going on. We both know that there are ritual killings.
What is Satanism? Let's boil that down. It just means it's destructive.
Ooh, that's a big issue right there.
What is Satanism?
It's hard to say, but
selfishness.
It's service to self. It's service to self, and there's a difference supposedly between the 31st, 32nd, and 33rd degrees of Freemasonry, and there's a difference between supposedly Lucifer and Satan, and this is a show all in and of itself. But the fact is that the one called Satan represents the archonic energy. He is here to control human beings, to create chaos, and not allow us our free will. Now, everybody has different terms and words for it, but the one called Jesus, Yeshua, and other great teachers, we have the ability as human beings right here, right now, to transcend this.
Let me ask you a question then. If they sit there and they talk about all of this, I mean, obviously free will is the way to go. And if we're looking at this and the elites believe they're following Lucifer, getting power from Lucifer, then I'm going to phone calls. All I know is that free will is the way to go. That's obviously the way to go. But so much about what this global system is about ending free will.
Absolutely.
I've got ABC news pieces where they go, everyone will soon get a microchip. They've gone from denying all this to admitting it. But meanwhile, the churches are totally dead, not talking about it.
You know, the amazing thing is that the two vice presidents of Google Corporation, Ray Kurzweil and Regina Dugan. Ray Kurzweil was called the smartest man in America by Bill Gates. His two best-selling books are Spiritual Machines and Transhumanism Is Now. He is actively advocating the creation of binary synthetic, quote, human beings. What? That's artificial intelligence. And then there's Regina Dugan, who is perhaps the most dangerous woman, even more dangerous than Hillary, who is head of DARPA for 5 years, who is actively advocating taking a pill, a synthetic pill, to become a part of the binary net. We, as human beings, we're trinary. We have souls. We're not machines that are to be turned on.
And again, when you merge with this, you give up your free will.
Yes, and we're carbon. We're not synthetic. We are here to be free.
And that's why there's a global carbon tax. There's a war on carbon.
Of course there is. You know, what's the main phone besides the Apple? It's the Android. The Android phones, they want slaves. They want good little slaves. They've wanted.
And if anybody asks, oh, who's Apple? They're liberal. They have the worst factories in China with suicide nets, forced abortion, forced drugging. But it's okay because their CEOs have beards and have little different colored socks and go liberal.
And they wear blue jeans when they give conferences.
It's all camouflage.
I was in China not too long ago, next to the new Apple headquarters, and you know what Alex is saying is right. Apple was one of the, not the first, but they are one of the 9 corporations to sell out to the NSA and to the Prism computers. And folks, the artificial intelligence, every telephone call, every time
it's already operating.
It's already operating, and they're creating artificial.
They admit it, but I can intellectually see it and spiritually feel it. We're already dealing not just with the beyond, but now it's got its AI against it.
It's already there. And
it just activated.
And for those of you who don't, I'm sure 95% of the people realize this. Hollywood, by and large, is a vehicle of the Illuminati. They put this information out. They say they're following free will, but it's not informed consent. Movies like Ex Machina, an incredible movie, but it's right there.
It's getting you ready.
The new Terminator movie, Genesis, it's all out there, friends. I mean, without being paranoid, wake up, wake up, wake up, because you know what? Artificial intelligence is the greatest danger to the human beings on this planet. All you have to do is go into any coffee shop.
I agree, but let's go beyond this. Let me finish that point.
Okay.
Let's go beyond this. There are 7.5 billion of us.
Yep.
The enemy thinks they're going to win, but the minute humanity is aware of this, even if there's only 1 billion of us left, when we're aware, game over. Because then humans are going next level. We're designed to defeat this. And this is all just a big test. I got a feeling that the guy in the sky had this all figured out, George. In my gut, we're going to win, my friend.
Yeah, we can do it, but the time to start is right now. not next week, not next month, but right now to make a decision. Do you believe that life is sacred? And I know that life is sacred because we're part of God's creation.
That's right. Stay there. You have to believe in life. Whether it's a little lizard in your backyard or the food you're eating on your table, we must be rational, sentient beings. All right, I'm taking your phone calls right now. I have this incredibly important Vladimir Putin speech warning of nuclear war that no one is covering in U.S. media coming up in the final segment. I want to go to Bill and Wild and Todd and Jeremy and Andrew and Anthony and Daniel. He's come back for at least an hour on Tuesday. George Humphrey, my good friend of many years ago, new book out, Life, Love, and Joy. The elites believe they're becoming gods. Ray Kurzweil said, I don't believe in God yet. I'm going to merge the machines, but first humanity must be basically destroyed. So I never covered this type of stuff because, I just cover facts, and I couldn't people, to agree the Federal Reserve was private, even though it was admitted. But the elite believe the stuff that George is talking about, but not from his perspective, from an anti-human perspective. That's why they think we're all bad and got to get rid of us. I mean, it's really evil. So we do, get into the weird cosmology they're involved in. Regardless, we're seeing aliens here on Earth. Genetically engineered species are new. Animals being spliced with other animals, that's new. We're seeing a war on the Earth, and the people that claim they're trying to save the Earth are the ones prosecuting the war.
It's so amazing. Al Gore and these people in Rio, it is unbelievable that they get that.
You've been a big you were a famous environmentalist before you got involved in this.
Hey, I am a #1 tree hugger, and I still am. You can't get.
But is it crazy to see the folks that are killing the Earth claiming they support it?
It blows my mind. They're talking about this.
Carbon's the problem, not GMO.
And as they're talking, the chemtrails are right above them, and they're not even pointing that out. The chemtrails are poisoning us all. And
Which even Chuck Norris talks about. They're declassified. They're spraying aluminum dioxide on us.
Yeah, ethylene,
killing our brains.
Boron, many other things, and it's creating a synthetic reality.
Are you seeing how a lot of the public's like literally brain dead now?
Once a week, I'll get people, I'll say, what is that up there? And 90% of the people will look up and, I don't know, it's just normal or contrail. I mean, it is self-evident. It's eyes wide shut.
But it's declassified. Let's take some phone calls. Let's talk to folks in Kansas. Bill in Kansas, you're on the air with George Humphrey. Go ahead.
Yeah, Alex, this is Bill. Hey, I have a question and then a quick statement. The first question is that the guy in Dallas, could it possibly be the very first time that a mass shooter in the United States wasn't on some sort of SSR inhibitors, or do you think that the VA probably had him all doped up?
That's why I love taking calls. I should have been from the very first minute of the show. The listeners always bring up the points. I've never seen a mass shooter, whether it was Kip Kinkle or Harrison Clybold, that wasn't on those drugs because they put you in a dream state. They've got so many people that were dishonorably discharged like this guy on it. Most of them are. I bet money. Again, he's wound up by the media. He's mind-controlled. He's in a dream state. I bet you. Where is that news? They're always on it. That's a great question, George.
He's a Manchurian candidate. I mean, it's just pure and simple. Human beings don't do that to other human beings unless their neurological systems are overridden.
Look, some cop kills one of my kids or somebody wrongfully, and they don't get in trouble, then there might be an issue. What is this new thing where a cop did something in Minnesota, let's kill cops in Dallas?
It doesn't work that way unless there is outside interference, and we just got to be aware of that. All of this is preconceived.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It'd be like if you're a black guy and some Klan guy attacks you. You don't go attack some random white guy. You go find the Klan guy.
Yeah, and the thing about it is we need to see through this. We need to be objective. We need to make sure.
When the mainstream media is pushing it, that's the enemy. We know it's bull. Of course. I mean, the media's like, of course it's the white people's fault. They did it. What was your comment, Bill?
Well, all these people on both sides of the issue, the left and the right, they're being bombarded with all this bull, and they don't realize that in the middle of the heat of conflict, if they stood back and looked, that they all have common issues with the current legal and political system, and the conflicts are based on moving away from the constitutional Christian-based law and moving to a law of man and mammon. And if you step back out of the fog and look at it, the left and the black and the white and the red and the brown and good.
Everybody's on the same page. Great point.
They all have a central issue with the perversion in the center that is attempting to manipulate and brainwash us.
No, that's right. Good point. Let me get us more calls, but I just want to say this. I want everybody to get ahead. Absolutely. And it's just fundamentally crazy that I would think if blacks, most people are just intermarrying anyways, which is not even happening, a black person has a bad life, I get ahead. That's a load of horse crap. That's not how it works, George, in economics. Everybody knows an area where everybody's doing better, everybody does better.
That's right. I mean, again, united we stand, divided we fall. United we stand, divided we fall.
And they want to get us in this
crisis.
crisis.
When I say united, I mean all Americans.
United around the truth, though. We can't unite around the globalists.
Around the Constitution.
Because they stage these events and say unite around them.
About truth and about love and about right action.
That's right. Okay, great points. Thank you, Bill. Wild in Wisconsin. You're on the air worldwide. Go ahead.
Hi, two queries, one for Alex, one for George.
Sure, go ahead.
George, I know what I've seen, but what have you seen as rabbit hole bedrock?
Excuse me, I didn't hear that, sir.
What have you seen as radical bedrock? Is that what you said?
Rabbit hole bedrock.
Give me a little bit more information.
What is your radical bedrock? He says he knows what you've seen.
No. Like the bottom of the rabbit hole.
That's what I just said. What is the bottom of the rabbit hole?
Oh, man, it goes way, way, way.
All we know is
deep.
it's anti-human and it's old and it ain't nice.
And we just need to keep going deeper.
It's the devil. It's the devil.
You know, if you pick a flower off the plant, off the weed, the root will still. We have to pull it out by the roots, and we need to find out who is behind the Illuminati. That's what
your book gets into.
That's what it's
about. And who is behind it? It ain't of this world. It's not God of this world, ain't of this world.
It is other than sentient human beings, sentient terrestrial human beings. And
I'll say this, the elite believe they're getting off-world knowledge.
Absolutely, they believe that, and thought and conscious manifestation, whether it is actually true or not actually true.
And so what you're saying is we have to get from Christ divine technology to beat them.
Christ is the universal energy, and we have to be who we are, but we also have to understand that there is an energy on this planet called the archons, called the black goo, whatever you want to call it, that one.
Well, you talked about earlier, like the Muslims do counterclockwise around that meteorite. It's satanic. I mean,
you know, I have many friends who are Islamic who are great people, but the fact is every day they walk counterclockwise around a black cube that some people call the cube of Saturn or satanic. And it is black goo. It is exactly what the Nag Hammadi talked about with the Essenes and the Nazarenes, and Jesus was a Nazarene. Folks, this is insanity. And I'm not just going after Islamic people. All of the Occidental religions have their problems.
Point is they're worshiping a black meteorite.
Yeah. And
I mean, they're going counterclockwise. We got a problem here.
Ask yourself where
they're going the opposite direction of the planet.
Ask yourself, where did the company Google get its name from? Goo, black goo. Look at the last Hunger Games, the black goo. For 50 years in every one of the horror movies, there is this black goo that is there. This stuff's been around. That we've known about this for 4,000 years. There is a reason there is so much insanity on this planet, but it is up to us to heal it.
And the poor Muslims are like sitting all around it.
Yep.
Oh, my God. We've gone to the next level here today. I apologize to callers. Thank you, Wild. I don't think we have time to go with any more calls. I got to play this Putin clip. We're going to break here. We're going to break here in just a few minutes. Look, all I know is I believe in Christ, and I'm exposing evil. And the Black Lives Matter is run by Obama and the globalists to create civil war in this country. And they're like, well, a cop got shot in Georgia or a cop got shot in Tennessee. Well, the cops need to reform themselves. That's why the cop got shot in the back of the head. It's like, what? That is the most, it's like if it was some black racist. Let's just go kill some random black person. What is that? No, that's evil. That's evil. And I stand against that. We're going to come back with this incredibly important Vladimir Putin piece, and I'll have some final words at the end of it, dealing with World War III. I'm not saying Putin's perfect. I'm just saying if Putin's talking about World War III, we should be discussing it. It should be known. So I'm going to air this right here. George Humphrey, we'll see you Tuesday. Thank you.
I cannot help asking those who have caused this situation, do you realize now what you've done?